Anger is not a flaw, not a stain on your soul, but a fire hidden deep within your being. It is not an enemy, but an ancient energy waiting for you to dare to face it. Many run from it, feel ashamed of it, or try to suppress it. But can you suppress a storm? Can you reject what makes you whole, embrace your anger as you embrace the night, knowing that without it, there can be no dawn? Your shadow is not a weakness, but a strength you have yet to understand. Anger does not destroy. It points the way. It shows you where your boundaries lie, where your pain resides, and where your desire for change burns. Only those who learn its language can truly master themselves, as one masters the elements. You are not a slave to your anger. You are its master. But to become its master, you must stop turning away from it. Look at it, feel it, but never let it dictate your destiny. Channel it where it becomes your strength, not your prison. Only those who tame their inner fire can truly find freedom. Observe anger as a wild beast. In the heat of anger, do not raise your sword. Do not fight. Do not flee. Instead, become the silent observer. Watch as this feral beast prowls within you, its eyes blazing, its claws unsheathed. It is chaos incarnate, roaring to be heard, to consume, to destroy. Yet in your stillness, you hold the power to transform this chaos into clarity. Anger is wild, untamed, a creature of instinct. But you are not merely instinct. You are will and intellect, capable of standing firm even as the tempest rages. To observe anger is to strip it of its dominion, to see it for what it truly is, not a master, but a fleeting force, desperate for your attention. Do not feed it with action or reaction. Instead, let your gaze pierce through it as a hunter studies his prey, knowing that patience is the sharpest weapon. In your calm, the beast begins to weaken, its frenzy replaced by understanding. You start to see its purpose, its origin, and its limits. This act of observation does not make you passive, it makes you invincible. For the one who can stand face to face with their own inner storm, without fear, without surrender, becomes untouchable by its power. You are not its victim, you are its keeper. Through your stillness, anger becomes not a destroyer, but a teacher, revealing truths that can only be seen when the mind refuses to be consumed by the flames. Watch it, feel it, and in doing so, transcend it. Learn patience from nature. The lion does not pounce at the first rustle in the grass. It waits, it watches, it becomes one with its surroundings, its eyes fixed, its breath steady. For hours, it will crouch in silence, unmoving, until the perfect moment reveals itself. And when it strikes, it does so with purpose, precision, and power. This is the patience of nature, a lesson written in the wild, a truth etched into the fabric of existence. You too must learn to wait. The fire within you may roar for release, demanding action, demanding resolution. But haste is the weapon of the weak, not the wise. To act without understanding, without clarity, is to swing blindly into the void, to exhaust your strength on shadows. Patience, however, is the mark of mastery. It is the art of holding your power until the moment you truly need it, not a second sooner. The world may provoke you. It may try to force your hand to lure you into reaction. Resist this pull. Instead, root yourself in the stillness of the earth, as the mountains do, unshaken by the winds that howl around them. Observe, learn, and prepare. Let the storm rage. You are not its servant. You are the one who decides when and how to move. True strength lies not in constant motion, but in the ability to pause, to wait, to conserve your energy until it can be unleashed with the precision of a lightning strike. The impatient fall prey to their own recklessness, but the patient rise above the chaos, their every action deliberate, their every step unyielding. Be the lion, be the mountain. Embrace the wisdom of nature's patience, and you will find that time bends to your will. opening paths where once there were only barriers. Transform anger into action. Anger is raw energy, wild, untamed, and burning with potential. But left unchecked, it is a fire that consumes everything in its path, leaving only ashes behind. Yet within that fire lies a secret. Anger is not destruction by nature. It is a force waiting to be directed, a blade that can either wound or carve something extraordinary. Do not waste this power in blind fury. Do not throw it against the walls of your own life, shattering what you have built. Instead, take the rage that surges within you and channel it. Turn it into motion, into creation, into a force so unstoppable that it reshapes the very fabric of your existence. Write with the intensity of your emotions, letting your words become a testament to your strength. Run until the world blurs around you, and all that remains is the clarity of your purpose. Build, be it with your hands, your mind, or your soul. Something lasting, something that stands as proof of your will. The world does not need more destruction. It is already full of ruins. What it needs is the fire of those who choose to create despite their anger, who refuse to let their emotions destroy what could be transformed. In every moment of rage lies a choice, to destroy or to build. Creation is rebellion against chaos, a declaration that your anger serves you, not the other way around. Let your anger sculpt a legacy. Let it drive you to heights you never thought possible. The power is already within you, not as a curse, but as a gift that only the brave dare to wield. To transform your anger is to claim your place as the master of your destiny, the architect of a world shaped by your hands. Seek the root of your rage within. The temptation is strong to blame the world, to point your finger at others and shout, "It is their fault." The injustice you feel, the pain that rises within you, these are not your doing, or so it seems. But the truth, a truth you may not want to face, lies hidden in the deepest recesses of your own soul. The world does not provoke you. It only reflects what you have not yet confronted within yourself. Anger is not a foreign force invading your heart. It is a mirror showing you the parts of yourself you refuse to acknowledge. The cause of your fury is not the person who wronged you, nor the circumstances that seem to conspire against you. It is the belief inside you, the wound you have not healed, the expectation you have not released. To find the root of your rage, you must stop looking outward. The enemy is not out there. It is within, buried beneath layers of fear, pride, and unexamined desires. These are the weeds you must uproot. These are the chains you must break. Only by seeking the cause of your anger inside yourself can you begin to free yourself from its grip. What you find may not be easy to face, but it is in this confrontation, in this painful unraveling, that you will discover true strength. For only when you take responsibility for your inner world can you truly control it. The world may try to provoke you, but it will no longer have power over you once you understand where your anger truly lies. You are the master of your rage, not the victim. The power to transform it, to free yourself from it, has always rested within you. Only by looking inward can you transcend the chaos, and in doing so, become the master of your own fate. Ask yourself, who is the master here? In the midst of fury, there comes a moment, a sharp, piercing instant, when you must ask yourself one question: who is the master here? The rage that rises within you, the storm that threatens to overwhelm. Your mind, it wants to rule you. It wants to own you, to dictate your actions, your thoughts, your very being. It whispers that in this fury lies your power, your justification. It promises release, but delivers only chaos. But the truth lies deeper. That anger, that tempest, it is not your master. It is but a shadow, a passing force that seeks to claim what is yours by right. You are the creator of your life, the sovereign of your emotions. In this moment of rage, do not bow to the storm. Stand tall and remind yourself, You are the master. Do not let anger tell you who you are. Do not let it define your choices, your reactions, your soul. You have within you the ability to shape your destiny, to command your emotions like a general commands his army. Anger may rise, but it is you who decides whether it will lead you to victory or to ruin. This is the heart of true strength, not in the force of your anger, but in your ability to control it, to look at your fury, face it with unflinching eyes and say, "You are not the one in charge here." The moment you remember this, the moment you take back control, the storm loses its power. You become the creator of your fate once more. Anger may try to seize you, but it is you who holds the reins of your life. You are the one who decides how to wield your power. And when you remember this, the world, your world, bends to your will. Step back for a moment. In the throes of anger, there is a power that few understand. It is not in the rush to act, not in the eruption of fury, but in the quiet stillness that comes when you make the decision to pause. At the height of rage, when the world around you blurs, and the fire within you threatens to consume all in its path, the greatest act of strength is not to strike, but to step back. To stop in the face of an overwhelming impulse is to become master of the self. It is a moment of rebellion against the chaos that would have you act without thought. For in that pause, you transcend the instinct to destroy. You see beyond the immediate surge of emotion. You see the consequences, the future, the truth that lies hidden beneath the surface of your anger. The act of stepping back is not weakness. It is the highest form of power. It is the recognition that your emotions, however fierce, are not your masters. You are the one who governs them. In that moment of stillness, you regain control. You become the quiet force that cannot be shaken, for you know that real strength does not rush into battle. It waits for the right moment, when the mind is clear and the heart unclouded. This pause is where you find your true power, not in the explosion of emotion, but in the ability to halt, to reflect, to choose. The world may demand you act, but you know that the path of the wise is not the one dictated by impulse. The path of the wise is the one carved through silence, through understanding, through the courage to stand still in a world that constantly urges you to move. So when the storm rages within you, when the fire of anger burns hot, take a step back. In that pause, you will discover a strength the world cannot touch, a strength that is yours alone to wield. Use your breath as a weapon. In the chaos of emotion, when anger rises like a storm and threatens to consume your mind, there lies a forgotten weapon, a weapon so simple yet so powerful that it has been overlooked by those who seek force and domination. The wise knew it well. In breath, there is life. The ancient ones understood that the breath is not merely the act of drawing air into your lungs. It is the bridge between your inner world and the outer chaos. It is the key to your power. When anger seizes you, when the fire within you roars to be released, do not meet it with more fire. Instead, meet it with stillness. Draw in a deep breath. Feel the air fill your lungs, expanding your chest, calming your racing heart. Hold it for a moment, and as you exhale, let the tension slip away like sand through your fingers. In those 3 breaths, you will find your center. You will find the calm in the storm, the clarity in the chaos. Anger cannot hold sway over you if you are breathing deeply, if you are rooted in your own body. For the one who controls their breath controls their mind, and the one who controls their mind is invincible. This is not a mere technique. This is a return to the ancient wisdom that has been passed down from those who understood the depths of the human soul. Breath is life, but more than that, it is power. It is the force that allows you to step beyond the turmoil of your emotions, to rise above the noise of the world, and to find the strength to act with purpose, not reaction. When anger comes knocking at your door, do not answer with fury. Answer with breath. 3 deep breaths. and you will be free. Seek meaning in every burst of anger. Anger is not a mere reaction, a primal outburst meant to be suppressed or dismissed. No, anger is a teacher, a fierce, unrelenting teacher whose lessons are hidden in the very heart of your rage. When that spark ignites within you, when the world seems to shrink to the size of the injustice you feel, do not retreat into the comfort of blame. Instead, lean in and listen. What is this fire trying to tell you? Anger does not rise without reason. It is not a random outburst of emotion. It is a messenger pointing to something deeper within you, a boundary, a wound, a desire unfulfilled. In every flare of rage, there is a truth waiting to be unearthed, a lesson veiled in fury. The one who learns to listen to anger will uncover the parts of themselves that remain unknown, the parts that need healing, the parts that require change. To ignore the meaning behind your anger is to remain ignorant of yourself. To suppress it is to miss the opportunity to grow. For it is only in understanding the source of your rage, in confronting the discomfort it brings, that you will find your true power. What does this anger want from you? What does it reveal about your soul? The answers lie in the very flames that burn within you. Each burst of anger is a key to unlocking a deeper understanding of your desires, your fears, and your limits. Look beyond the surface of the emotion, and you will find the wisdom that lies beneath. For those who seek meaning in their anger are the ones who will emerge wiser, stronger, and more in control of their own fate. So, the next time anger rises within you, do not run from it. Do not drown it in distractions. Instead, face it head-on. Ask the question and listen closely to the answer. In this, you will find the path to wisdom, the path to true strength. Study the history of your rage. The fire of anger does not ignite in an instant. It has a history, a past that stretches back through time, weaving itself into the very fabric of who you are. It is not a random burst, nor is it something that can be dismissed or ignored. No, anger is a story, your story, hidden beneath the surface, waiting to be uncovered. When did your anger first appear? What was the spark that lit the flame? It did not come from nowhere. It was born from something, perhaps a wound, perhaps a fear, perhaps a desire that was left unfulfilled. And what keeps it alive, what feeds it, sustains it, and causes it to grow stronger with each passing day. To understand your anger, you must first trace its origins, uncover its roots, and witness its evolution. In studying the history of your rage, you study yourself. For anger is not a force separate from you. It is a reflection of your growth, your evolution, and your inner struggles. Every moment of fury holds a mirror to the past, showing you where you have been, what you have endured, and what you have yet to confront. In this process, you will see not only the cause of your anger, but also the lessons it has taught you. The history of your rage is not a story of destruction. It is a story of growth, of learning, of becoming. It is a narrative that reveals the things you have yet to master, the things you have yet to understand. By delving into this history, you uncover the pieces of yourself that have remained hidden, the shadows that have shaped your perception of the world. So, when you feel anger rise within you, do not react blindly. Instead, ask yourself, what is the history of this rage? What has it taught me? In this inquiry, you will not only unlock the secrets of your own heart, but also discover the power to transcend the anger that once controlled you. For understanding its history is the first step in transforming it into a force that serves you, not a force that enslaves you. Dream of greatness, not revenge. Revenge is the path of the small-minded, the path of those who are bound by their anger, by their need to strike back against the world that has wronged them. It is the cry of the weak, the call of those who refuse to see beyond their immediate wounds. To seek vengeance is to remain trapped in the prison of your own fury forever, chasing an illusory justice that will never bring you peace. But you are not meant to be small. You are not meant to be a prisoner of your emotions. You are destined for greatness, for transcendence. So why waste your energy on revenge? Why drown yourself in the shadows of the past when you can rise to the heights of your potential? Instead of plotting your retaliation, dream of how you will become greater than the anger that seeks to consume you. Greatness is not in the destruction of your enemies, but in the mastery of yourself. It is in rising above the petty grievances that keep others chained to the ground. It is in moving forward, not backward, in transforming your wounds into wisdom, your pain into power. The one who seeks revenge is consumed by the past, but the one who seeks greatness is focused on the future. In your anger, do not see only the opportunity for destruction. See the opportunity to grow, to evolve, to become the person you were always meant to be. Dream not of tearing others down, but of lifting yourself up. For when you dream of greatness, you transcend the need for revenge. The world may try to break you, but your vision of who you are meant to become will protect you from the petty distractions of vengeance. Revenge is fleeting. Greatness is eternal. Choose then to dream of that which will make you stronger, wiser, and free. Rise above your anger and let it become the fuel that propels you toward a future where your power is not measured by the suffering of others, but by the heights you reach. Forgive the world for its imperfection. Anger is born from expectations. Expectations of what should be, of how the world ought to unfold. The more we cling to these notions, the more we suffer when reality fails to meet them. The world, in its raw and untamed beauty, is imperfect. It will never conform to the perfection we so desperately seek. But in this very imperfection lies its truth, its power, and its wisdom. When you hold on to the anger of unmet expectations, you chain yourself to a world that will never satisfy your desires. You are bound by the illusion that things should be different, that people should act according to your vision. But the world is not meant to be molded to your will. It is an ever-changing, unpredictable force, as wild and free as you once wished to be. To forgive the world is to release the grip of control, to let go of the belief that others must meet your standards. It is to see the imperfections not as faults, but as facets of the greater whole. When you forgive the world, when you forgive others, and when you forgive yourself, you open the door to freedom, the freedom to live without the weight of unrealistic expectations. Forgiveness does not mean approval. It does not mean condoning the wrongs that have been done to you or to others. It simply means releasing the hold that anger has on you, letting go of the need to fix the world, and allowing yourself to breathe once more. In forgiveness, you find a lightness, a peace that cannot be found in the pursuit of perfection. The world will always disappoint. People will always fall short. You too will stumble and fail. But in these imperfections, there is a profound beauty, a beauty that can only be seen when we let go of our anger, when we forgive what cannot be changed. And in this forgiveness, you will find the key to true peace. So, forgive. Forgive the world for its brokenness. Forgive others for their flaws, and most importantly, forgive yourself for expecting anything else. Only then will you experience the lightness of being, only then will you be free. See your anger as a test of fate. Anger is not simply an emotion, it is a trial that fate presents to you, testing the very core of your being. When fury flares up within you, it is as if the universe itself is asking, can you rise above this? Can you endure this storm with grace, with strength, with dignity? Every moment of anger is an invitation to prove your mettle, to show who you truly are when the weight of emotion seeks to crush you. In these moments, you are not merely reacting, You are being tested, tested by life itself. Will you succumb to the tide of rage, allowing it to drag you under and leave you broken in its wake? Or will you stand firm like a rock in a tempest, unwavering and resolute, showing the world that you cannot be moved by the whims of your own emotions? To face anger with dignity is to rise above it, to transform the chaos within into an opportunity for self-mastery. The challenge is not in avoiding the storm, but in how you navigate it. Can you meet the fury with calm? Can you confront the injustice with clarity of mind? In these moments, your true character is forged. Understand this: every burst of anger is not a burden, but a gift. A challenge that reveals who you are beneath the surface. It is easy to be calm when the world is still, when everything is in its place. But to remain steady in the face of fury, to hold your ground when the world seems to be crumbling around you, that is where true strength is born. When anger arises, do not see it as an enemy. See it as the opportunity it is, a test that will either break you or make you stronger. And in that moment of choice, when you decide whether to break or to stand tall, you will find that you are more than your emotions. You are the master of them. You are the one who shapes your fate. So, the next time anger calls upon you, remember, it is not a curse. It is a test. And in passing that test, you will become something greater than you ever imagined. Learn to speak your feelings. Anger is often born from silence. The silence that surrounds the things left unsaid, the truths hidden deep within, smothered by fear or pride. When we hold back, when we refuse to speak our hearts, we are not only suppressing our words, but also our emotions. And in this suppression, anger festers, grows, and ultimately bursts forth in ways we cannot control. To speak your feelings is not merely to express your anger, but to transform it. Anger is not a monster lurking in the shadows. It is a messenger, a signal that something within you longs to be heard, to be acknowledged. But if you bottle up that message, if you refuse to give voice to your truth, you give power to the anger instead of the words that could set you free. When you learn to speak honestly, calmly, and clearly, you disarm the fury that threatens to overwhelm you. The act of speaking brings clarity. It brings understanding, both of your own feelings and of the situation at hand. The more you speak, the less room there is for anger to grow, because you are no longer fueling it with silence. You are confronting it with truth. But this is not the truth of accusation or blame. This is the truth of your own experience. It is not about pointing fingers or demanding that others change. It is about expressing your own emotions, your own needs, in a way that is calm, respectful, and true. When you learn to speak from this place of honesty, the anger that once held you captive begins to dissolve, like fog lifting in the sunlight. Consider this: every time you hold back your words, you feed the fire of your anger. But every time you speak your truth, you release its grip. In this release, you find not only freedom, but also power. The power to shape your relationships, your reality, and your own sense of peace. So the next time anger rises within you, do not let it consume you. Speak calmly, speak honestly. And in this act of courage, you will find that your anger is not your enemy, but a companion on the path to understanding. Remember, anger makes you vulnerable. Anger is not the fire that strengthens you. It is the flame that consumes you from within. When you allow fury to take over, you are no longer in control. You are no longer the master of your own actions, thoughts, or emotions. You become a prisoner of your own rage, and in this state, you lay yourself bare to the world. You give others the power to manipulate you, to provoke you, to control your reactions. In the grip of anger, you are at your most vulnerable. You lose the very thing that makes you strong, your ability to think clearly, to act with intention, to remain steady in the storm. The world, with all its chaos and provocation, can easily sway you when your emotions are in charge. And in that moment of weakness, you hand over your power to those who are adept at pushing your buttons, those who thrive on your fury. But true strength lies in control, in the ability to remain calm, collected and poised, even when the world around you is spinning out of control. This is not the cold detachment of a coward, but the measured discipline of the one who knows their own power. The one who understands that their emotions are not their masters, but their servants. When you remain calm, you take back control. You are no longer at the mercy of your feelings. You are the one who determines how to respond, how to act. You become untouchable, not because you are immune to emotion, but because you choose how to wield it. Anger, in all its ferocity, can be a weapon, one that blinds you and leaves you exposed. But when you harness the power of composure, you turn that weapon into a shield. You become unshakable, unyielding, because you know that your greatest strength lies not in your ability to rage, but in your ability to remain unfazed, no matter the provocation. So remember this: in the heat of anger, you lose control, but in the coolness of calm, you regain it. And in that control, you find not only your power, but your freedom. Ask yourself, what do I truly want? Every flash of anger is a signal, a scream from within, demanding attention. It is not the emotion itself that holds the key, but the desire hiding beneath it, the unspoken yearning that has been left unfulfilled. Anger is not a standalone force. It is the shadow cast by a deeper, more primal need. When you feel that surge of heat, that tightening grip around your chest, pause. Ask yourself not what has made you angry, but what it is you actually crave. What is it that you are truly seeking in this moment of fury? Anger blinds us, distorts our vision, and redirects our energy. It leads us to attack, to accuse, to strike out, when what we truly desire is often something far more elusive, something more profound than the immediate relief we seek. Beneath every explosion of rage, there lies a question. What do I want? And why am I not getting it? The answer to this question will reveal more than you might think. It will expose the gap between your desires and the reality you have created. To understand the true nature of your anger is to uncover the unfulfilled dreams, the unmet needs, the wounds you have not yet addressed. It is in this space of unmet desire that anger takes root. But once you have the courage to face it, to define it, you disarm its power. You shift from being a slave to your emotions to becoming the master of your own energy. Now direct this energy. Channel it towards that which you truly desire, not the fleeting satisfaction of vengeance or conflict. Transform the force of your anger into something that serves you, something that propels you towards the fulfillment of your true needs. Do not let it dissipate in the chaos of reaction, but use it as fuel for creation, for progress, for your own evolution. In the recognition of your desire, anger loses its grip. It becomes the catalyst for change rather than the destructive force that consumes you. And when you harness this power, you no longer ask, why am I angry? You ask, how can I use this to manifest the life I truly seek? Become the master of your fate. You are not defined by the anger that courses through you. You are not weak because of it, nor is it your enemy. The moment you treat anger as something to be conquered or suppressed, you lose the battle before it has even begun. True strength lies not in the denial of your emotions, but in the mastery of them. Like a beast, unruly and wild, anger can either control you or be tamed by your will. The choice is yours. To become the master of your own fate, you must first accept that anger is a part of you. A force that, if left unchecked, can destroy not only your peace, but also your potential. But if you learn to wield it, to understand its origins and its purpose, you transform it into an ally rather than an adversary. Anger, in its rawest form, is energy. It is a force that propels you, that pushes you to act, to defend, to correct the injustices of the world. But it is also volatile, unpredictable, and capable of leading you astray if you do not control it. So, what makes you the master? It is your ability to stand firm, to remain grounded in the face of this storm. It is your courage to face the fire without being burned by it. It is the deliberate choice to redirect your anger, to channel it into something constructive, something that serves your highest purpose. You are not at the mercy of your emotions. You are their captain, and they are the wind in your sails. When you learn to control anger, you take the reins of your life. You stop reacting out of reflex, out of unchecked emotion, and start responding with purpose, with clarity, and with intention. The mastery of anger is the mastery of self. It is the conscious decision to shape your reality, to carve your path, and to live not as a slave to fleeting impulses, but as a sovereign of your own will. And this is the power you hold. This is the strength that others will never understand. The strength that comes not from suppressing your fury, but from holding it, understanding it, and making it work for you. Because when you master your anger, you do not become its victim. You become the master of your own destiny. As you navigate through the storm of anger, remember this: true strength is not in avoiding it, but in mastering it. Harness that power, transform it into something greater, and become the creator of your own fate. May you find peace in your control, wisdom in your emotions, and strength in your journey. Stay true to yourself, and remember, you are the master of your own destiny.